Hi guys, it's Genevieve from the Red Fairy Project. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. So we are tackling the art of meditating today. And I don't know if you've noticed, but meditation has gone mainstream pretty much. Like meditation is the new yoga. And I've been meditating for about 7 years now, and I figured I would share my kind of meditation for beginner tips. So if you're interested, stick around. Before we get started, make sure that if you're on my YouTube channel that you subscribe by clicking the link below. If you're on redfairyproject.com, make sure that you sign up to the newsletter. I've included a link below as well. It's really the best way for me to reach out to you on a weekly basis, and it's the best way for you to be informed when there's a weekly dose of inspiration that's ready for you. I know that, you probably follow me on social media, but it's crazy out there. There's just so much stuff going on in social media and our feeds that often we can miss out on some really inspiring content. So make sure that you sign up. So let's get started. One of the reasons that I wanted to talk about meditation today is I've had quite a few people over the last few years reach out to me with some questions about meditating. I even did some meditation coaching sessions, and it was people that, would consider themselves not really the type of person that would meditate. I don't know what that is really. I think there's maybe kind of like an old-fashioned kind of granola-ish image, but I think now I'm hoping that we're kind of beyond that at this point in 2017. Where meditation is for everyone at any age, no matter what, health situation you're in or anything like that, no matter where you are in the world, no matter how busy your mind is. Actually, the busier the mind, the more perfect meditation is for you. I say that because a lot of people tell me, oh no, meditation is for me, I can't stop thinking. And I have news, nobody can actually stop thinking. What we can do with meditation is slow down the fluctuations of the mind. So normally if we don't meditate, the fluctuations of the mind are kind of like dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, like that, quite busy. But when you meditate, you can really slow down those fluctuations. I'm sure there's some meditation gurus in the world that probably don't even have maybe those fluctuations, but I haven't met them yet and I haven't experienced that myself. So there are so many benefits to meditating. I could go on and on in this video, but I even have my timer here to try to keep it under 10 minutes. But basically, obviously, reducing your stress levels big time. Mental clarity, it can help you be more productive in your work. It can help you be more creative. It can help you solve problems, whether it's at work or in your life. It can help you with your sexual life as well. It can help the libido increase. If you're stressed, normally sexual drive will go down. It'll just put you generally in a better mood. It'll help you deal with daily challenges in a much more peaceful way. And honestly, I can go on and on and on. There's health benefits as well, because obviously stress has really strong impact on our health. So when you meditate, you counterbalance that. So many benefits to meditating. So what I want to tackle quickly with you is I just want to give you a few tips, especially if you've never meditated before. And it's not necessarily technical stuff, it's more from a mindset point of view, because I've noticed that that's usually where the obstacles come in. So my first tip for you is don't be too demanding towards yourself. Be really kind to yourself if you're just starting your meditation practice. Don't have any expectations for yourself or for what the experience should be. Don't say oh, I should feel like I'm levitating, or I should have no thoughts, or anything like that. It's just going to put you in a position where you're going to stress yourself out, which is obviously counterintuitive if you're meditating to release stress. So just be really kind with yourself. Just come in with no expectations, but just, I'm just going to show up here and give it my best. Don't expect not to think. Your mind will go in a million different directions when you meditate. Look, I've been meditating for 7 years, and it depends on the day, right? Every meditation experience will be different, will be unique. Some mornings, my mind after 30 seconds will start thinking of my to-do list or blog post ideas or what I'm going to eat for breakfast. Sometimes I'm able to be more focused, and really you have to stop comparing. You have to stop thinking to yourself or asking, demanding of yourself to stop thinking. That's really not what meditation is about. It's really about trying, giving your best and directing your focus on either your breath, either a mantra, either if you're doing a guided meditation, and I will leave some links below. I'm also going to leave some links below for a few blog posts that I've actually done already on meditation. One in particular is called Meditation for Beginners, but it's a written post, and since I'm doing video now, I figure I would just do a video about it as well. But there's some key pointers in there, so you might want to check that out too. So it's really to just try to shift the mind, rather than having the mind going in a million different directions, trying to direct it to one particular thing. As I said, the breath, a mantra, maybe it's music that you're playing, whatever it is. There's a lot of different types of meditation. Personally, what I prefer guided meditations. So whether that's the Oprah and Deepak 21-day meditation, I really love that, and it's a guided meditation. Some of you might find that a little bit long if you're starting out, because usually it's about maybe 17 or 20 minutes, but you're not just in total silence. There's like a little spiel at the beginning. Oprah speaks, and then Deepak speaks, and he kind of puts you in like your meditation mood. It really just sets the scene to start calming you down and quieting the mind, and then you recite your mantra in your mind, and there's just this beautiful like music playing in the background. It's really nice. Like, I know there can be like some cheesy meditation experiences, which I know this is very subjective, but that's not for me. And then I like the meditation experiences that are kind of like nice music and not some, I don't know, weird sounding person, guru or whatever. Like, I like it to be very down to earth. And I think especially if you're just starting out, that's the best way to kind of ease into your practice. And then it's really up to you to discover what kind of meditation you prefer. And then there's a lot of little elements that surround your meditation that you're going to determine with time and experience what you prefer. Do you prefer sitting? Do you prefer lying down? Can be tricky, because if you're doing it at nighttime especially, you might fall asleep. The best thing they say is sitting. Is it sitting in a chair? Is it sitting in your bed? What I prefer is sitting on my bed, and I have two pillows behind me. And I have, like, let's say like a little candle going. I really like to like set the mood when I'm meditating. I have my little mala necklace that I put on. I have my crystals. Don't judge. I'm really into crystals that I like hold in my hand or put on my lap. So I do create a certain ambiance, and that's what I've found works for me. So it's up to you to find what works for you, and that's really just with time and with practice. So be patient with yourself, be kind with yourself, try different types of meditations. If you try one and you think you're not good or you hate it, just try it again. It's like anything. It's like, for me, like, I had tried different yoga classes over the years, and sometimes it wasn't the right teacher or it wasn't the right studio, and then one day I just found it was like the perfect fit. So it's not to say that everybody must do meditation. I don't want to make this like another thing on your to-do list that's like stressing you out, but just because maybe you tried it one time or two times and it wasn't like, it didn't feel right, don't let that stop you. And at first, I think there is a certain element of discomfort in slowing down the mind and just being still with ourselves, because in general it's not something that we're used to doing. It's really going at the opposite of what this society, anyways, like in North America, is really used to, and which is why we're so stressed and we're getting sick and all that. So give it a try and just set the bar low. Honestly, set the bar low for yourself, and I have a video about that as well, which setting the bar low can make you much more successful when you try to incorporate a new habit in your life. I'll leave a link to that video below as well. And just start with maybe a minute. Like, for me, I think for the first year I would do like a minute or two meditation, but it allowed me to be consistent and to meditate every morning. That was the time that I had. At that period of my life, I was working in the corporate world at an office. I had to be there at a certain time, and that's all I had in the morning, because I was in a rush. So rather than not do it, I would do a minute or two, but I was consistent. It allowed me to be consistent and to incorporate every day. And that is really the key thing. If this is something that's important to you, that you really want to incorporate into, maybe not in your daily habits, but maybe I don't know, 3 times a week. Consistency is really key. For me, it's something that I wanted to do every day, even if I didn't do it for very long. And it's become a habit. It's not even something I question in the morning. Am I going to meditate or not? It's like brushing my teeth. I don't question, am I going to brush my teeth or not, right? It's become the same thing. And if you do this over a certain period, there's different theories. Some people say, like, I think after 40 days of incorporating a new habit, rather than being like a discipline that you have to incorporate in your life, it is just a habit that the brain doesn't even need to think anymore, and you just do it automatically. And that's when it becomes obviously less of an effort. So don't take it too seriously. Don't take yourself too seriously. Yes, you're going to think. Yes, your mind is going to wander all over the place. Give yourself time. Like, as I said, I've been meditating now for 7 years and my mind still kind of wanders depending on the days and all that. The most important thing is just that you show up for yourself and you do it, whether it's a minute, whether it's 10 minutes, just go gradually, and you'll see with time. Give yourself a bit of time, you'll become more comfortable, and you'll start seeing the benefits quite quickly in your day, and how you interact with people and how you feel, and how maybe there's more clarity when you have to deal with certain situations. So I hope this was helpful. How did I do for time? 11 minutes, man, I passed my 10 minutes mark. Anyways, there's so many things to say. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned, but remember to subscribe so that you don't miss out you don't miss next week's video. I love you guys very much. Wishing you a inspiring week, and I'll see you very soon. Love you. Bye.